You know, I always say wherever there's Darcy, there's always Stacy. And it's crazy because these two women both are married to European men. And for some reason, they always seem to come across similar issues when it comes to their European men. But here's the thing, even though this season was about Darcy and Georgie, as well as the other couples that were part of Happily Ever After, well, Stacey somehow still managed to make a storyline for herself literally at the tail all. And boy, this storyline itself in particular is one that I don't believe any one of us were really that surprised about.
Live together anymore. Florian's checked out.
You and Florian don't live together anymore.
Yeah. The tell-all. He finally got a job. He moved to Connecticut, doing his woodworking, and I'm happy for that. In the last five months, like 3 times, you came back for immigration.
So she's only seen him literally two or three times, whatever, since he's moved away 5 months ago. First and foremost, listen, it's a good thing to hear that Florian finally got a job. Because obviously this is something that a lot of us fans have, or viewers have definitely called him out for. From the fact that he's been living off his wife for such a long time. And him getting work has never looked like as if it's something that he's been that bothered to do. But obviously he's finally in a position now where he's finally done that. The only problem is though, is that the job that he wanted to do involved him being in a whole other location. Which of course is never going to be a good thing for a relationship, especially if you're considering how far they're apart, you know, because obviously in America, like the distance that you guys have when it comes to a long distance relationship, that's really a long distance relationship, you see what I'm saying? So I can understand obviously why this would now create a tension and a massive issue within their marriage. But boy, let's get into it.
He passed, he's an American citizen now.
Don't pay my bills.
It seems like you find that timing suspicious.
Yeah. Very much.
Because of the citizenship?
The citizenship and you left? He left a little bit before the citizenship.
What do you think Florian's goal was?
You know, just because he left just before he got the citizenship obviously confirmed doesn't mean that that Stacey's accusations are inaccurate. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if he knows he's now got a job and all he got to do is just come back and do this thing, and Stacey's not gonna get in his way of completing what he needed to complete for the citizenship. Well, then of course, it's not like he's really risking anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Because obviously here they tried to make a point here, but are you sure? Because you know it's not like he moved away after the citizenship. He did it just beforehand. Listen, it really wasn't going to make that much of a difference unless Stacey obviously stepped in and said, no, this man actually just left me, blah, 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 which he didn't do. Do you see what I'm saying? So there you go. But nonetheless, though, let's continue.
Obviously, you know, he wants his career and his job, and he's doing what he loves, and I'm happy for him, but he's not coming back to Miami.
Why aren't you going back, Florian?
I'll let you know, I think there's someone else.
I'm not gonna lie to you folks, I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely was not surprised when Stacey alluded to the fact that there may be somebody else, because this is the same issue that they had at the last resort. When they're obviously on the last resort, one of the bigger issues was the fact that Florian was helping another woman who lived in their same building. Do you see what I'm saying? So really and truly, when it comes to infidelity, that's always been a massive conversation between, of course, this relationship. So that's why really and truly, when she came out with the fact that she thinks that there could be somebody else, it wasn't surprised because it is clear that she has this massive insecurity that Florian, sorry, I was thinking Georgia there, that Florian may have found somebody else in this new location. That's why maybe she's not seeing her husband anymore. But this is the question that I have. They've only seen each other like, what, 2 or 3 times in the last 5 months, right? Due to the distance and due to obviously his job, and I guess also due to effort. But I do wonder, within that 5 months, have they been having conversation on a daily basis? You see what I'm saying? Do they keep up with each other all the time? Or is it a case of where he's moved away and he's barely ringing her, she's barely ringing him, there's barely any contact most of the day, they speak like maybe once a week or something like that, blah, 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 blah. If it's a case of where there's literally no effort going on, then to be fair, I can understand why she would obviously allude to the fact that maybe there's somebody else. It could be a possibility. It doesn't mean that there is one. It doesn't mean that there is somebody else, because it could just be to the fact that he's finally got a job, he's adjusting to work life, even though 5 months is more than enough to adjust to work life, but he's adjusting to work life, and maybe he's going through that period of time where, you know, he's waking up early, doing his job, coming home, eating, and then just, especially given the fact that he's now in his late 30s, I think, I'm not too sure. So really, truly, maybe he's just always tired. But then again, that still is very subjective, isn't it now, ladies and gentlemen? So yeah, but nonetheless, though, when it comes to Stacey's accusations regarding infidelity, this is an issue they've always had. So yeah.
Up there. I talked to her, can do back and forth soon the lease done, and you can move here.
And now that he doesn't need me anymore because he's got his citizenship, I feel frauded.
Wow.
Ooh-wee, she feels frighted. Frighted. You know what? It's actually very massively concerning that she's been with this man for God knows how long. And no matter how long they've been together, no matter what ups and downs they've been together, she still sits and says, you know what? I actually feel like he used me now. But what if he hadn't? What if he hasn't used you? What if he hasn't scammed you? Okay. What if this whole time, really and truly, you know, when it came down to it, what if it was just a case of where he's just gone and got a job in a different location? That's it. That's what it is. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's very easy, of course, on this type of show to call out people for being a fraud, for being anything negative. It's very, very easy. But my question still is to Stacy. If you felt like this man potentially may have been using you, maybe a fraud, why have you stuck around for so long? And why have you paid the way for him for such a long, long time? Because this isn't a theme that she just got overnight. This would have been a theme that she's had for like a very, very long time. Do you see what I'm saying? Throughout the duration of the whole marriage, she's obviously felt this little, But in that time, why would you still financially carry this relationship? Do you see what I'm saying? So really and truly, even if he is a fraud, the accountability is something that Stacey has to look at because she's the one that's allowed herself to stay in this situation.
Say, okay, AC could have done so much better, and he is not husband material. I see a strong, powerful woman.
You are what?
I see a strong, powerful woman.
You are wife material.
That he's a sugar baby.
Out of all people, for Jasmine to sit there and to say that this man is not husband material as if she is wife material? Holy damn. Damn. Now listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, what's his name again? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Florian is husband material. Because he probably isn't. Do you know what I mean? You know? But talk about the wrong effing messenger. Jasmine, out of all people, really and truly, she really thinks she's got a leg to stand on? She really thinks that she's got a leg to stand on? And then to also say that she is his sugar mama as if Gina didn't find her on a sugar baby website? You know when people really don't pay attention to their own lives because they're so... This is the prime example of somebody that focuses on someone else's life and completely neglects their own life. You see what I'm saying? Because that's crazy business.
I'm sugar baby, huh?
He's not a husband.
Doesn't tell me I love Gino again. Are you stupid? You disrespecting your man, first of all.
You are using this woman for your marriage. You cheated on your wife.
Jasmine, who cheated?
Honestly, I was waiting for the Gino pod to come in. You cheated. It's crazy because Jasmine literally said that I had an open marriage to sleep with somebody else. You just cheated. It's crazy though because right now, there's been no evidence of Florian cheating. So why is Jasmine coming out and saying that obviously he's cheated when there's been no evidence whatsoever? Stacey just come out with an assumption. She just thinks that they could be somebody else. She never said that he cheated. She never said that there is actually someone else. She just says that they could be someone else because his actions aren't adding up to me. That's all it was. It was an assumption. It wasn't even an accusation. It was just an assumption, a thought. But all of a sudden now, apparently, Jasmine's got the tea. Apparently, she knows for sure that he has cheated. Where? Give us his evidence. Because if you know this to be true, you need to give Stacey the evidence right now. So therefore, she can walk away.
Jasmine, who cheated?
Mayor.
The light from the phone?
Scammer.
Ringing, and it was like, what is that coming from the mattress? And his phone was shoved under the mattress. Not the pillow, the freaking mattress. So and I feel like it could end up in a twin divorce. Like the first time.
It's definitely not a good look that when they went to Turkey, that obviously his bed was obviously under the mattress. That is strange. I have never ever heard of that in my life. Somebody putting their phone under the mattress. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I've had multiple times over the years. To be fair, I'm notorious over the years. I always slept with my phone underneath my pillow purely because when my alarm went off, it was easy for me to actually be able to wake up and actually, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but then I stopped doing that, to be fair. My phone now just sleeps on top of the pillow or on the bedside cabinet thing with you. But anyway, more of the situation is put it underneath the mattress is crazy business. Like it's like he's hiding like a drug or something like that or a weapon. You know what I mean? But nah, that is very, very suspicious. And that's something that Stacey should definitely look into and definitely take way much more seriously because that is diabolical behavior. But let's talk about this though. Another twin divorce. That's nasty business. Now, to be fair, do I really believe that Florian and Stacey are going to be in a position where they may actually get divorced? I'm going to say right now, I haven't seen enough proof or enough evidence for that to really happen. Could it happen in the future? Potentially, given that the right information comes out that really pushes Stacey over the edge. Or maybe they leave because Florian does actually find someone else and he decides to basically divorce Darcy so he can be with that new person. There is always that chance as well. But obviously right now, I don't see it going that direction. So I don't see a twin divorce coming. But when it comes to Darcy and Georgie, I mean, honestly, I just cannot bear watching these two anymore. It just has to come to an end now. Enough is enough. You know what I mean? Their relationship is just so dead under the water. It's just ugly. There's no reviving that relationship in any shape or form. But hey, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. And also, don't forget, guys, we'll be doing a live stream some point this week, okay, regarding, of course, the Tell Us Off in particular. Now, with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.